Welcome to the Hive, bitch! It's Hayes Arcade, your hardcore casual fan, as the Royal Rumble 2025 in Indy is just around the corner, as we're almost on the ramp on the road to WrestleMania, and today we're going to predict who will be the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner. With that being said, let's go! So as I look at the landscape of the women's division on both Raw and SmackDown and everywhere else, I think there's only three clear people, or three people that could potentially win the Women's Royal Rumble. Let's first start off with the person that's been gone for damn near a year now, or half a year, and that is, and the man, Becky Lynch. We haven't seen Becky Lynch since the Raw after somewhere in June or like July, since she dropped the title to Liv Morgan in the steel cage match on Raw. And she's been chilling, doing her own thing, and I think she will be coming back at the Royal Rumble as a surprise, as there's been like no promo packages or anything for her. If it's going to be anybody, why not Becky Lynch? And I think she already has a ready-made feud for her, as Tiffany Stratton is the person that she defeated in order to win the Women's NXT Championship all the way back in 2023 on NXT. Now you can tell the story of Becky now pursuing Tiffany Stratton as she's now the Women's WWE Champion, and see if she can repeat history and defeat Tiffy Time for the title at WrestleMania. The second person I think is probably the overall favorite amongst the fans, and that is none other than Io Sky. Io Sky, who very slowly but surely has been becoming very over, and someone that people have really wanted to see go on and win that title again after dropping it at WrestleMania last year to Bayley. I think it started around Survivor Series when she did the moonsault with the trash can on her head. And people were like, oh yeah, like Io, she's like really good. And then she went on to the face Liv, lost. And people were like, I kind of wanted Io to win. And I think that's where they are right now, with Io teasing facing Rhea for the title, the Raw before Saturday Night's Main Event. And I think people really want to see that match between Io and Rhea, which I can't remember if we ever got. Yeah, we haven't gotten that match since like November of 2020. So it's been a long time since they've had a one-on-one match. And I think that's a match that would be special. With Rhea just winning the title back, you could say, oh, it might be predictable for Rhea to win, but it could be a chance. There could be a chance where Io defeats Rhea and wins that title at WrestleMania also. So who knows? That's what makes her winning the Rumble great. And because she's just a great personality, she does things in the ring that nobody else can do. I think that would be a great match to have. Io versus Rhea, I think would be so dope. Or you can even set up Io versus Tiffany too, because that was also set up at Survivor Series to where they were doing like dueling things, one-upping each other. So you can also do that, and I think people will be perfectly fine with that match. So Io winning, I think, is great for whoever she challenges. Then last but not least, you have Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, who's also been gone even longer than Becky. She's been gone legit over a year. They just did a promo package for her last week on Raw. She's clearly coming back at the Rumble, and I think she is the odds-on clear favorite to win because she's Charlotte. That's kind of what she does. She's gone for a while, comes back, win, and then wins the title. That's kind of like her MO. So I think she's the odds-on like favorite to win. And I think the only match you can do with her is the Tiffany Stratton match. I think a lot of people predicted, even I believe I predicted following WrestleMania, that they will do Tiffany versus Charlotte because they're just so similar in terms of like kind of like persona, kind of look, athleticism, they're so similar that I think that would be a great story to tell of like the OG versus the rising star. So yeah, Charlotte versus Tiffany for the title at WrestleMania, I think would be a great match. And you can tell the story of Charlotte trying to prove that she is still the queen, while Tiffany is basically like, no, I'm the queen now. You need to bow down. So I think that would be a great story to tell. But with that, all that being said, who do I think actually will win the Women's Royal Rumble? My real prediction? I think it's going to be Io. I think it's going to be Io. I think Charlotte doesn't need to come back and win the Rumble. Becky doesn't need to come back and win the Rumble. Why? Because they're already established. They can get title matches anytime they want. That's how the WWE has always worked. They can get that match at any time. I don't believe Becky nor Charlotte need to come back and win. They've already had their moments 10 times over. Has already main evented multiple WrestleManias, challenged for multiple titles at WrestleMania. They don't need this. I think to reestablish Io, and plus I believe the crowd, like people are really getting behind her. I think Io will be a great choice to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Out of all the people I said, there's one person I think that actually should win the Rumble. There's one person I think should win the Rumble. That is the EST and Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair winning the Rumble, being the first ever two-time Royal Rumble winner, going on to challenge Rhea Ripley for the title at WrestleMania 41 would be perfect. Do you understand me? I know people are thinking, well, they might potentially do Bianca and Jade. I'm sorry. I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see you doing a heel turn of that magnitude like that. Plus, I think not Naomi is the one that did it. If you're going to have anybody do it, so I'm like, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of doing Bianca versus Jade right now. I don't think Jade is ready for that caliber of a match right now. I think doing her versus like Naomi, doing her versus even like maybe a Nia took her out, or even a Tiffany, maybe not Tiffany, but I don't know. I just think that needs. I don't think Bianca and Jade is the route to go right now. And I think because they teased this match for so long and for some reason just will not do it. I don't understand why they won't do this match. I've been wanting this match since like 2021 when they were the last two in the Rumble in 2021. Like, I don't understand why you can't. I think this is the perfect storm. Have Bianca win the Rumble, have to figure out what you're going to do with the tag titles, but have her challenge Rhea, then go on to do the match that's the biggest women's match you can do right now. I'm telling you, Rhea versus Bianca is the biggest women's match you can do right now, and one of the biggest matches you can do, period. Outside of maybe like Jordynne Grace and Jade, or Jordynne Grace and Bianca, that's the biggest match you could do right now. Pull the trigger right now. Bianca, in my opinion, she needs some freshening up. She needs something, a new scene. She needs something, like, have her go over to Rhea. Give Rhea a new challenger, because she hasn't had really anybody to challenge. She's been champion for over a year. Rhea was champion for a year, going from 2023 WrestleMania 39 going into WrestleMania 40, and she's kind of, I think her opponents, I think this story, I just think this is the story to tell. I think have the two biggest women in the women's division go at each other for the title at WrestleMania 41. You can't find me a reason why not to do this at this point. Plus, you're not guaranteed. Who knows what could happen. Do it while you still can. Bianca is still super over. Rhea is super over. And in that match, I would do something, but I'm not gonna give it away right now. But I definitely have a clear winner who I want to win that match, and I would do it a certain way. But yeah, I think Bianca should be the one to win. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, Bianca should be the one to win. No, like I love Io. Charlotte is cool. Becky's cool, but they've already had their time. Io was just champion last year. I think Bianca, when the last time was Bianca even champion? Was it SummerSlam 2023? So she hasn't even been a world champion or even been in the world title picture in how long? So even that itself tells a story. So even if she doesn't win, at least telling that story of her not being in the title picture for damn near a year and a half, like, just do that match. I truly think Bianca should be the one to win the Royal Rumble. Will she win it? I still believe my prediction is Io will win. Now, if Vince was still in charge, Charlotte definitely is going to win. But I have faith that, again, Charlotte doesn't need it. She's Charlotte Flair. She's won like a 14-time women's world champion. She doesn't need to win the Rumble to get a title match. A main event wrestler. It's like, how many times has she main evented, or not main evented, but how many times has she challenged or been the main person at WrestleMania? She doesn't need to win the Rumble to do that. She doesn't. Give it to somebody that could use the boost. I think Io right now could use that elevation, even though she was champion last year. Reestablish her as a main eventer by winning the Rumble. So I think that would be dope. Even if you want to tell the story of Bayley being happy or helping her somehow win the Rumble or something, like, I just think you could do something with that. I think that's such a great story to tell there with Io winning the Rumble. More than Becky returning and Charlotte returning and winning. I just think that's boring and lazy. But that's my opinion of who I think will win, or who I think should win. But let me know your thoughts. Who you think is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble? Who do you think, and who do you want to win the Women's Royal Rumble? Comment below, like, comment, subscribe, share all the things are the things. Welcome to the Hive, bitch. There's Hayes Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.